Hi everybody, and today you find the exiled yellow belly at Claydon House in Middle Claydon in Buckinghamshire. This is the house that's owned by the Verneys, the house where Florence Nightingale used to come and stay during her holidays. Now I've come here, it's out of season, apparently the house is not open again till April. It's owned by the National Trust. But I thought I would come and do a story on Sir Edmund Verney, who was the keeper of the King's Standard, King Charles the Standard, in the English Civil War. And there was a story that I'm going to tell you about concerning his severed hand. Well, unfortunately, I've been here, I had a look round. The church, the actual church where Sir Edmund's tomb is closed as well. It's all in darkness. So it means that I will have to put up a picture from the library of the beautiful tomb of Sir Edmund Verney. But I will tell you the story as I walk round the rest of this part of the house, which is very interesting. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the story. I'd just like to say this is the back of Claydon House, facing over this beautiful field onto this lake that you can see there. Now it might be closed and boarded up for the winter, but it is very atmospheric. And if I show you, this is the back of the house, all the blinds are down for the year, etc. Right next door is the church. Now it was in that church that I wanted to go and see the tomb and monument of Sir Edmund Verney, but unfortunately it's all closed up dark. I don't even know if they do services anymore, but I'm still going to tell you the story on this very lovely atmospheric, well, I think so anyway. It's I've been here before when it's open in the summer and it's very vibrant, but like today it's, yeah, there's a lot of atmosphere. It's quite spooky actually, but yeah, so let's carry on and I will tell you the story of Sir Edmund Verney and the story of his severed hand. The Verney family have resided in Claydon House for 550 years. Amazing. But in 1620, when Sir Edmund Verney became Lord of the Manor, that is when it became the Verney ancestral home. Sir Edmund was knighted by King James in 1611. He served as Member of Parliament for Aylesbury in 1624, then New Romney in 1625, then Aylesbury again in 1629. He was a personal friend of Prince Charles when growing up, so when Charles was crowned and became Charles I in 1625, Sir Edmund was appointed Knight Marshal for life. Despite the wealth that came with this title, he was bad with money and was constantly in debt. As the English Civil War approached, Sir Edmund was torn between the loyalty he felt towards his friend and king and his distaste for the king's policies. Sir Edmund's eldest son Ralph took the side of the parliamentarians, even though he loved his father dearly. His younger son Edmund disowned his brother as he also took the side of his king. Sir Edmund said, quote, "I do not like the quarrel. I do heartily wish that the king would yield to their desires. But I have eaten his bread and served him near 30 years, and will not do so base a thing as to forsake him now and choose to lose my life, as I am sure to do, to preserve and defend this which it is against my conscience to do." On Sunday the 23rd of October 1642, Sir Edmund Verney took to the battlefield of Edgehill in Warwickshire as the King's standard bearer. He swore that no man would take the standard without severing the hand that clasped it. The next day, Ralph, desperate for news of his father's fate, sent messengers from London to the battlefield The replies were that Sir Edmund had bravely been killed in battle, but the standard had been retaken, with Sir Edmund's hand attached, identified by a ring he wore with the king's likeness on it. The rest of Sir Edmund's body was never found, but in more than one report that I have found, it is said the standard, the hand and the ring were returned to Ralph, who had them buried in the Verney family vault. Now, I can't confirm that, but I really do hope it's true because it's a good story. Now, of course, there have been stories over the past 350 years of sightings of Sir Edmund walking the halls of Claydon looking for his missing hand. Once again, unconfirmed, but I really hope so. Claydon House is a great place to come. It's owned by the National Trust and is open from April to October, I believe. But the courtyard is open all year round with some lovely independent shops and a cafe. But also a little gem in one of the stables is the carriage actually used by Florence Nightingale during the Crimean War. I'll put a little video up of that at the end. As I've mentioned in another video I did of Claydon, Florence Nightingale has a strong link with here, as her sister Parthenope was married to Harry Verney and she spent her holidays there. If you do find time to go into the house, you can visit Florence's bedroom and the Chinese room, which is really amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. It wasn't quite as long as I wanted it to be because I wanted to go in and show you the lovely tomb to Sir Edmund. I will come back, but I will put a picture up of it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, if you would mind giving it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe and ding the little bell for future notifications, that would be appreciated. So on a quite probably the coldest day of the winter so far, from the exiled yellow belly from Claydon House, see you soon.